All right, so we recording. All right, so we at the GSP channel. We got Big Body. He's not doing nothing, my bad. But we got Bachoda. She outside. And you want to introduce yourself?
My name is my name is Armando. Everybody calls me Nino. My name is Armando.
Where did you meet everybody? You came off of the app.
Vigo. Yeah.
So where you from?
San Diego, California.
You grew up there, born, raised, like
Born and raised, bro.
it's a fact. Ethnicity
I'm Mexican.
type shit. Alright. So
I think.
growing, hold on, what was you gonna say?
No, I think well, I'm just joking because I need to find out. Apparently, I'm like some type of Middle Eastern or something like that. I want to find out.
What
You
you
got oil
did?
money, bro?
Did the
So
little
I'm just
twenty
saying. I
three
don't
and me
know.
thing?
Alright.
Yeah, I want to try that out.
Tell us something about where you grew up at. Like, how was the neighborhood or something? Because family, that's one thing that you can get into, but it's like, how was the environment?
Oh man, a lot of drug use, a lot of gang members. Not no stability. You know what I'm saying? My mom was always leaving me with people, take care of me and shit. So like I used, the childhood wasn't really there, But hanging around my dad's side of the family, it's weird because I don't know my dad, but I know I'm close with his family. So they looked out for me. They weren't part of that life. They didn't have that. So that was only the stability I felt like I had growing up as a child.
Damn, so it was like best of
Like
both
a
worlds
like a
type
act you said?
And
situation.
I'll go ahead.
You felt like it was an act, you said? Like with your
One
family?
more time. Sorry,
You felt
You
like it was
said
a
you
what?
felt you felt like
it's
it was
breaking
an
up.
act? You said you felt like it was an act? Like
No, no, no.
with
I
your
didn't say that.
family?
No. I didn't say that. I just it wasn't stable. Like you know what I mean?
So when it came to your mom's side, it wasn't. But even though your dad wasn't there, that was like, you know. And was it
Yeah.
like different sides? Were they still in kind of like rough neighborhoods, but just still a good family, or like was it like on some? All right, now you going into the Hiltons, like the Hamptons,
Not
like
like
it was just structure. It was
no,
family.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But like it's weird because where my mom was from, she wasn't in that type of area. She didn't grow up like that. But I guess when she turned 21, that's when she got into it, and that's when she started having us kids or whatever. And we all grew up. We didn't grow up with the how you say family oriented. So I always appreciated when I seen other like my friends and their families. I always respected that. I always admired that because of course that's what you want, right? Anyone would want that. So whenever I stay with my aunts and my uncles on my dad's side, I hated going back with my mom. And then we had to go back to bullshit.
So at what
You
point
know,
did you fully understand that? Yeah, how your life is not like this isn't normal. Like when you go to your friend's house and you see how they get treated, or like just everybody's having family dinner, and it could just be something like. At what moment did you realize like, damn, like this is like this
when I
what you're
was going to
going through ain't
church,
normal?
when, I started going to church with my friend, my childhood friend, and it's the whole feeling. You know what I'm saying? The whole vibe and everything. It's like I don't know if this is what I want in my life, but obviously I'm too young to even make that decision, right? But I was still already thinking ahead because how I grew up, while I was growing up. So, but when I really opened up my eyes is when I got into drugs when I was 15. I got into hard drugs, and
That
that
was
changed my
like peer
life.
pressure, friends, or like sometimes like niggas be getting into shit and you be trying to run away from shit. You feel me? Like, cause people get
I
high,
can
but
remember.
hmm?
No, I'm sorry, because you cutting up. I don't mean to interrupt you like that. Go ahead, finish, bro.
No, you. So I'm saying like some people like they'll get high to kind of run away from shit. Like I was definitely in that situation. It was like I couldn't handle reality. Like things were going south all the time. People were getting hurt. Like it was just a whole bunch of violence all the time, and you just wanted to escape that because like once you found out that this isn't normal, because we get desensitized to shit like that. So once you realize it and you go to other places and you realize, oh, this actually isn't normal. then you try to run away from the reality that you in now. You know.
Yeah. That that was I was more so like we moved a little bit when I was around 15. We moved to like 45 minutes out of San Diego, and I didn't know anybody there. So I feel like I was trying to fit in, I guess, or not be a follower, but be part of the crowd. Or I guess yeah, a follower, but I didn't see it that way,
I mean,
So I
genuinely, you
matured
just
a little
wanted
bit
to
more.
be accepted. That's
Pretty much.
you know. Um, so even getting into school, how was that? Like, not grades, but
Hard though.
like, like a lot of the times, me, I found camaraderie in school and football. That's when like I really started seeing friends stick together and doing all that. Like, but sometimes, a lot of people see violence depending on where you're from. So it's like, how is the school from? 'Cause like I said, grades is one thing, but how was the experience? Like the people.
Yeah. Uh, uh, School, bro. I didn't do good. You know, middle school. I was in a separate class from everybody else, which wasn't normal. Obviously, it wasn't engaging with all the class. It was only a small class of like eight kids, and it was mostly like delinquents, like probation or people that just get in trouble or fucking shit like that, gang members, stuff like that. So I was always in a class like that, so it was never normal, I guess. But
Did you ever run
um,
into any
I didn't make it.
guys? Like any, how you kind of sometimes you'll have a teacher, like one or two people that you meet, and like they'll see past everything, and like you just have that person that kind of believe in you. You feel me? Like did you have any teachers or influences like that in school to where it's like they didn't care, it was kind of like an aunt, like it was kind of like that family aspect within the person or the teacher.
Yeah, definitely. I actually put myself in boot camp, bro. I liked it. I liked the discipline and what it taught, and I, I I excelled in that. It was only through school, and I liked it. Like I said, became a leader, team leader, and stuff like that. And but that died down, did that for a little bit, and then that's it, died or no more.
Damn.
Back to the same shit.
Nah, I feel you, bro. Cause sometimes, bro, like that, even nowadays, like you don't really trust people and shit. So it's like that camaraderie, that being able to have that band of brothers, like that group of friends, that is hard to find, bro. But it's like that's really what it was back in the days. I wasn't worried about no extra shit. Like we actually came together. It was football, whether it's the boot camps, because a lot of people, shit, all you had to do was act up, but you went on your own. Like, did you find any instructors there that kind of stuck out to you?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, one of them was really cool. And I ended up, I don't know if it was allowed to happen, but I ended up like being like close with him. And he's like, "Hey, you want to make some money? Come pick up my dog shit." You know what I'm saying? He just gave me something to do. So I go pick up his dog shit, and guess what? He paid me, so it was cool, But he seemed like he seemed like he cared a little bit, and throughout the whole boot camp process, he just made sure I was on point with my shit.
That's just,
So
what's the
it was
biggest
cool.
lesson that you have from that time? Like, whether it was discipline or whether it's the way you do your hair, brush your teeth, whatever. Like, was something that you took from there that you still hold on to today?
Um, Shit, it's a good one. The biggest lesson, my car accident in that area in that time, kind of woke me up a little bit because I could have died. You know what I'm saying? I
That's
haven't
like
been right since. Shit. But I
since
think
the
I'm doing okay.
accident. Like, was it like how it happened? Like, not to get too much, but like, was it something that happened after, or was it during the accident?
During that the whole
Yeah, just
thing.
the
Yeah.
PTSD and shit from it. Ah, okay. Like, um, so past high school, no, like, did you, go to college, trade schools, or any of that?
Uh, I went to a UEI college. They teach like medical assisting and all that shit, medical billing and all that stuff. I did the medical assisting and I graduated. but I didn't pursue it. And during that time, they were mandating those vaccines, and I never believed in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Never
fact.
did.
I still haven't
So I
had
decided
one.
not to
So,
pursue it. No, me either.
but so I can say what helped build who you are today? Like, was it, the discipline? Was it, with me, I moved around. It was like a military family. So I was moving around, always adjusting, needing validation and shit. But there was still certain things that I had to go through that formed who you are, the morals that you have, and, just the man that you became. It's like, were there were there any quotes that you still live by? Were there any, situations that kind of built, because sometimes you could go through something and you'd be like, "Ah, I'm gonna make sure this never happens again, or I'm gonna make sure that this person, whether you're protecting yourself or somebody else, you're gonna make sure that nobody gets hurt again, or whatever it is. Like, it could be a quote, a situation, whatever you think.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Um, Not I wouldn't say my kids. I feel like that's an excuse, but I had this talk with one of my cousins when I was younger, and she had told me that like there's something in you, like you need to break the cycle, like you can't. You see so much potential. I mean, like break the cycle. Don't go like we
Yeah,
don't.
bro.
As much as they respected my mom, they didn't want me around my mom because they knew the kind of shit she had me in. So they just told me break the cycle, And I carried that speech with me until today. You know what I mean? I have my kids. I had that normal life, 9 to 5, coming home from work, seeing my kids, typical, dad life. And it's all different now.
So what what do you want the people to know? Whether it's about you, whether it's just about life, what is it that you want people to know?
Um,
Cause
Stay true to yourself, man.
it could be what you stand for. It could be anything, bro. Just what's your message?
Uh, Stay true to yourself. Respect, obviously, always carry yourself with respect. That goes a long way. And be humble. Don't ever think you're bigger and better than anybody. There's someone always there that has it worse than you. Don't take nothing for granted. If someone helps you, don't take advantage of it. And then, obviously, I would like to do the same back. Help help others too.
So, question. So, let's say you could wake up tomorrow, right? And everything could be going your way. You got no bills, no problems. You got all the money you need to. You took care of everybody. How does that life look like? What's your house look like? Your view, garage. Like, what is a perfect day in your life?
I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. Uh, I would nothing crazy. I'm gonna keep it humble, just because
No, because
I'll
it could
never
be
forget where I
whatever
come
you
from.
want, bro. Whatever,
No, no,
anything.
honestly, I thought about this. I never forget where I come from. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna show love. You know what I'm saying, and make sure we're all on the same level. I don't ever want to be better or have more than the people I care about. I want us all to level up. You know what I'm saying, no shit.
Damn, that was how I felt. But you don't got no vision on the crib, nigga. Like, you by the
Bro,
water. Like, you got two
yeah, I want
Rarries
that
in the
shit in the
garage.
field, bro. I want like honestly, I don't even want a 2 story. I want a big ass 1 story, long and wide. Enough rooms for the whole family and whatnot. You know, a little, little land and shit. Invest and grow stuff. Natural shit.
Because this is what I'm saying. Like,
Teach my kids
I
that and have it
reiterated the
carried on to
question
next,
because
next, next.
I can see where you're going with it, and it's like the family, and this, like, you want to do for everybody. Like, you're a selfless person. You're just willing to, sacrifice yourself. But I'm saying, what do you selfishly want? Because sometimes, yeah, you could be the type of person where you could have, $1,000 and you spending $5 on yourself, and the other 900 is on your family. But what do you spend in that $5? Like, what do you? This is your envisionment.
Be honest, I know I never thought of it like that, and I don't know how to answer that because I'm not used to that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I don't know.
something that you need to pay some mind to. Like I said, you don't got to answer that now, but just think about that,
Yeah.
because you sacrifice for so many people. You're willing to throw yourself under the bus in front of the bullet for every single person. And you know that shit, probably 70-80% of them people ain't gonna do it back. But it doesn't even matter
Yes,
because
he does.
you do it out of who you are. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to start thinking about, what do you? Because you do so much for everybody else. At what point do you recharge? At what point do you refuel? You can't be pouring out of an empty cup. You feel me? You need to
Yep.
do shit for yourself so that you can do better for them. You know. But
Can I add something to that real quick?
what's that?
Not to make it longer. I've tried that before, and it's always been thrown in my face. So that's why it's kind of hard for me to answer that and give you like a straight. You know what I mean? It's always backfired. So I just kind of gave up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like whatever. Fuck, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? It makes me happy doing it for them or them having it. You know what I mean?
Like, can I add to that? Like,
Yeah.
exactly what was going on, the Bochita was going on this morning, whatever the fuck. It's almost like you threw yourself in front of everything. That shit wasn't with you. You know what I'm saying? Just because it was people that was with you. That's why I stood quiet in that bitch. I was like, wait, because I know everybody shit in there. You know what I'm saying? And like, you defended almost at every single party. And I
That's
just
a
went into
testament
no,
right there, cause bro,
that.
these are people on the app, bro. You feel me? And you willing to go to bat for people that you probably didn't even know like that. You just saw a situation, you saw something was wrong, and you stood up for what was right. Something that other people ain't gonna do.
He's gotten back for me
That's what I'm
plenty of
saying, bro.
times.
You do so much for people. You do all this. You throwing yourself in front of the bullet for every. When are you gonna be prioritized, bro? You get blamed for shit when you try to do something for yourself. When is it your time to, you know, get taken care of, bro? So that's something that you just need to think of. Like I said, we don't got to get into it, but you need to be prioritized, bro, because you giving out of a cup with a few drops, and you still fuck it. Like, who cares? Take it. You can't be that person, not all the time, because you need now what? There's nothing in that cup. There's no energy, no nothing. You're just exhausted and lost. You need to find yourself, bro.
That's
But on that
yeah.
note, we gonna cut this.